welcome to Pointed Logic Tarot. Today we're going to have a little birthday haul / check-in on my tarot practice. Happy summer. I hope you all are being treated okay by the heat. I've been enjoying the long days of bright daylight and sunshine. And at the end of June, I had a birthday and got a few things as gifts, which I wanted to share. And I've also just been unexpectedly enthusiastic in my tarot practice the past couple of months. So I typically get busy with other things during the summer and then dig back into tarot more in the fall and winter. But spring was really tough, both for me, like personally, and also just work and weather-wise, and I don't know, world-wise. Like, it's a hot mess out there, and we need to really be focusing on collective care, community care, figure out where you can plug in your community and support folks. And I got a new job, and it's been incredibly rewarding to, I really feel like I am more connected and tuned in to supporting community in my new role. So that's been really lovely and really healing for me, because I had a tough go the past year at my work, which I do really care about the work, but felt quite burnt out. So that's been a really nice shift. And with just the springtime was dark and cloudy and rainy where I live. And I'm just really ready for the sunshine and some warmer weather here. So I am re-energized. And then in my tarot practice, because of all the stuff going on in the spring, I didn't spend much time doing it and have felt like I was really missing that. So here's some new fun things. This isn't a new thing necessarily. Oh, sorry, I bumped my camera. I think I mentioned that for my tarot journal, I got a cover for each season. So it's actually the same book, and it just slides out of the cover. So I'm still, digging into the same book and doing the same things. But I put on the summer cover and took the spring cover off. So that's been kind of nice. And I am going to open this and share a little bit about some of the things I've been doing with my tarot practice lately that I've really enjoyed. And then these are the gifts I received. First of which is actually this really cool tarot mat. So this is a gift from my partner. He got it for me. I was not expecting it at all. And I actually have an anniversary and a birthday at the end of June. So this was an anniversary present from him to me. And it's really nice. It's kind of, I haven't had something like this before. It's a fabric tarot mat, but it's got like a sturdy backing on it, so it doesn't wrinkle. And it's been kind of fun to use. And also, sometimes I'm shuffling my decks at night and that disturbs my child sleeping, because, I don't know, I'm really noisy riffle shuffler, I guess. So this, not on the wood table, really helps quiet it. He also got me this for my birthday, which I wasn't expecting, but he had heard me mention like my interest in trying a new planner next year. Oh, I smudged it. There we go. And he got me this, which was before Lorraine Anderson's real not great takes on AI. Don't know if y'all saw that in her newsletter, but I unsubscribed real fast. And we'll see how I like it, because that kind of colored my perspective on her work, which I've always really enjoyed otherwise. But it's a really beautiful journal or planner, and it's the art is the same as the second artist in the Seasons of the Witch Oracle series, which is, does it say? It really should say. It must say on the inside. I don't want to mispronounce her name. I think it's Tiana Lukovic. Yeah, there it is. But the art is really lovely, and it goes through things in the wheel. But one of the things I really like about it is it has a tarot spread for each month and space for writing. So right now, my current planner, which I really enjoy, is the Seasons or the Year of the Witch planner by Temperance Alden. And I really like Temperance Alden's work because of her focus on climate change. Oh man, I always open, because this planner is full of stuff, so I always open it to personal things I shouldn't. So here we go. Here's a page I haven't touched yet. This one's really nice, but it doesn't have a ton of space for anything extra beyond the planner. And I fill it. It's been very full. Like, I'm trying to see if there's a page I can share. Yeah, here's one. So when I pull cards, I use some card stickers sometimes. I also put in like notes for tarot videos and stuff. I draw a weekly card, and then in my journal I like have a list tracking all of the weekly cards. But I otherwise don't have a ton of space for readings or anything, and which is fine because I put all of that in my tarot journal. And I also really like Temperance's little write-ups and activities for each spoke on the Wheel of the Year. So that's my current planner, which I've really been enjoying and was considering getting the same one again for next year, but then my partner got me this one. And I like a lot of the things in the format. And here you have the same space for dailies, but you also have fun prompts if you don't have something to write. I don't know if I'm going to do these or not. I'm going to try them out, especially in the times in which like it's a day off or I'm busy with personal stuff, and rather than a bunch of work stuff, because I don't have a separate, like I have a digital work calendar that I am diligent with, but I like to put my things in here. So yeah, that'll be fun. So there's that. All right, sorry about that. Phone had a hiccup. Next thing. Oh, this was a really cool gift. So this is from my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, and they got me a silver moon coin with the realistic full topography of the moon. And it has both the side facing the earth, the light side, and the dark side of the moon. And I'm going to add it to my bag of divination coins, which I can use either to flip a coin or spin it or cast it and see what I get. So it's really beautiful, and it's made of silver. And that was also a really lovely gift to receive. So I'm going to include it in my this bag of divination coins. I have this one, and then I have the geomancy coins from James Eads. This one is a mixture of divination coins I designed on Canva and had made via Etsy. And then the coins I purchased from Zia Hunt's shop, which are like the Witch's Runes coins. So yeah, that's a fun thing. So it's oh, and then I also, this was a while ago, but when I bought a deck from, I think, Artisan Tarot or Tarot Arts, I'm pretty sure it was Artisan Tarot, I got a free coin on the oh, why can't I remember it? Oh, I'll put the name on the screen because I'm not remembering it. But it's like the 5 and the 4. And I haven't really used this one a ton, mostly because I haven't pulled it when casting. But yeah, so these two are the same size approximately. And then the other ones, I think these are inch and these are 1.5 inches. I made a pizza and veggie coin. But yeah, so adding this silver moon coin into my divination coin collection. That's really fun to use. Okay. I also got a set of gel pens. Now, I've had a few. I had like blue, purple, red, and black. These are Pilot pens. Just you can get these at Target or Staples, those kind of places. And my kiddo loves them, but she lost my blue one. So I had said to my partner, oh man, maybe I actually do kind of like gel pens. I kind of thought, because for the majority of my tarot journal, I use just a pencil. I like the ability to erase, and I like the fine point on a mechanical pencil. I have an all-metal mechanical pencil, and so I liked avoiding the plastic, which these are all clearly plastic, so there's that caveat. But once my kiddo lost that pen, and I was like, I kind of do like using gel pens because I use them mostly in my planner. My partner was like, then use your birthday money and get yourself a set of gel pens. And these were on sale for like, I think $12, this whole set of 18 pens. And what's kind of cool about them is when you use up the ink, it's a cartridge, so you can replace it. So there is plastic waste. Obviously, this is an entirely plastic pen except the metal tip. But at least I can buy replacements for the ink when the color runs out. And Pilot's a pretty convenient brand to find. So, and I like how they write. So what I've been doing with them is either I put them in a bag, one of these kind of bags, and I'll just draw a pen, kind of like color cartomancy or colormancy. It's still kind of a divination form for like a mood, or I'll intentionally choose pens like on this page to represent different decks. So like here, when I did a belated summer solstice check-in, I had, did I write down the names of the decks? This was the Great Lakes Oracle, this was the Gentle Tarot, and this one was the Flower Medicine Oracle. And then I used for this, I did a 7 of Cups spread, so I used blue ink because it went with the 7 of Cups that I drew from the Gentle Tarot, and I used the Children of Litha or tarot for these cards. So sometimes I just draw a couple colors, sometimes I have designated combos. Yeah, so this one I actually properly wrote down what each color represented, including the coin. Divination coins in pink on this page, and then on this page in blue. Ooh, that's my attempt at drawing the image on it. But yeah, see, I did gravitate back to pencil on a couple of them. But so it's been really fun to experiment with actually gel pens and color. So I've been enjoying that, and they were an affordable set of pens with replaceable cartridges. So I'm hoping that I get some good use out of them, and if nothing else, oh my goodness, my kiddo, when I got these and opened them, was like, and then just was drawing all sorts of pictures with them. So, and has finally figured out how to click them themselves. So they were very excited about that. So yeah. And then these are the 2 decks I got for my birthday. I already have the mini version of the Cosmovisions Oracle, and I got it very much like, I really like this art, I don't know if I'll vibe with the deck. It's the mini, so it wasn't expensive, and it was on sale when I got it, and so I just like tried it out, and oh my gosh, I've really, really, really enjoyed it. It has been a delight. However, it's tiny and stiff, and it's hard to shuffle. Like, you can overhand it, but I actually ended up needing to purchase 3 replacement cards because I tried riffling it and I totally folded and bent some of them with that little catastrophe. It also doesn't have a book, it just has a fold out. which is fine. Like the really nice thing is on James Eads' website, there's a ton of stuff about this, and I've seen a lot of reviews where people look at the guidebook, so I've gotten a good idea of it, you know. But what it really sort of showed me was that I was hungry for the full-size version, and it's much easier to shuffle this one. It actually might be my favorite tarot box ever, which people like. I'm a tuck box girly, which I know is controversial or like a hot take maybe, because they're slim, they're recyclable, and they fit on your shelf. But this one, it's nice because it's one piece, so they're not like coming apart and being separate and taking up too much space. It's still fairly lean. It's hinged. The hinge opens all the way. It's a little bit soft touch or like soft touch matte, so that it doesn't like come apart. Like you can put this on your shelf and it's not gonna fall out. And then it doesn't have a ribbon, which I've not found a ton of success with ribbons. There's no inner like plastic lining or anything. And the book and the deck fit in there, which is the downside of a tuck box, is the books don't fit usually in the tuck box. So I'm like kind of smitten with this design because it's compact. It doesn't have a ribbon, but also it's not two pieces to like lose track of a piece. Everyone's like, who's doing that? But yeah, so that was a fun surprise. But yeah, so here's the full size in all its glory. I know this has been around the block deck, so I'm not going to spend too much time flipping through it. I love the birds in the majors. I love the way the numbers are looked at. I love that while it does have renamings, it still tells you what the original naming is, or like what it mirrors is how they kind of phrase it. You have in the italicized font here the sort of like past life journey story, which you can take or leave depending on your beliefs. And then you have the card interpretation, and you have a couple of keywords. The story is cool. And then again, like the suit of beings, which is the quartz, the face cards. It's been something I've really enjoyed and gravitated towards, and the main reason I wasn't sure how I would feel about this deck initially, and why I, after using the mini, was like, yes, I do want the full size, because I really do like the quartz, and I have the geomancy coins, and get quite a bit of use out of them actually, and wanted to further explore this. I did also cave and back my first deck on Kickstarter for the year, which is the Oracle of Many Paths by James Eads. It's sort of set in this same world. I think they'll go nicely together. And because that's a full size and I got this as full size, they'll match in size together. So yeah. This is the bonus card in this particular edition. And of course, the miners make panoramas, which is cool. The Oracle of Many Paths one that's coming out, it makes a whole map, which is also exciting. So yeah, that's an oldie but a goodie, and not actually really new to me because I had the small one. But I am excited about that. And then I also got some birthday money and decided to spend it on Song of the Grandmothers. This is a deck that I'm sure some of you are like, why do you not have this one? Because the art is by Maritza from Mari in the Sky, and I love Mari's work. I love Mari's art. It's, my favorite deck of all time is the Gentle Tarot. I love her perspective on things, and I'm honestly held off because the guidebook was written by somebody else, which is silly. And oh my gosh, this is such a lovely deck. I have really been enjoying this deck. The one thing that stinks for me is it is so hard to shuffle. It is just, look at that. It's stiff. I can't not easily riffle it. If I split it into two, I can get a riffle. And I don't know, maybe it'll soften over time. But it is a stiff one. And it kind of holds the shape when you shuffle it. It's not like terrible cardstock, it's just really stiff, and it's a big oracle deck. So I have to split it if I want to riffle it, and it's a little bit unwieldy to overhand it. But it's lovely, the art is lovely, and I have been enjoying the keywords and the guidebook, even though my silly butt was like, I don't know about this, but Kara Simons did a great job on it. I like a lot of the things represented in the deck. There's animals, plants, elements, and earthen things. And something that's kind of cool about this deck is it comes with, besides its meaty guidebook, it comes with suits. It really does have suits that are delineated there. And it comes with 2 spreads. And these spreads I did first to try the deck out, and they knocked my socks off. They were very powerful. What I drew really hit. And I was like, oh, I'm sold. This is fantastic. Are the suit? Yeah, so there are spreads in here. So you don't have to hang on to that spread card. And then they come with bonus cards. These are blank. There are 6 of them, and they're to put your own grandmothers on. Either your actual ancestors or other representations of nature in your life. And I'm thinking about what I want to do with them because I do really want to add them to the deck. I'm thinking I could do things that are specific to where I live. Like I could do Grandmother Snow Goose or something like that. Or elements or things that I don't think are all captured or represented in here. Although this is pretty thorough. Like, I don't know, Grandmother Blizzard maybe. Something like that. Or I could do space-related things, because there is stars. Grandmother Star. But, like, maybe a Grandmother Nebula card or something like that. The one thing that's the caveat here is I have never been, like, a visual artist, as far as I can't really draw or paint or anything. So I'm debating if I want to just write a haiku like all of these have and keywords, or if I want to try my hand at actually drawing something, or what I want to do. I thought I could potentially collage on it, but again, I want it to be shuffleable, because right now it's, it fits right in with the deck with the matching backs, and it's not thick or any kind of problem like that. So I haven't decided yet, but that's going to be something I'm excited to play with. And it just reads lovely, and I should have just got it ages ago, but yay, waited for birthday. And it, of course, pairs lovely with the Gentle Tarot, but I've also discovered and again, I've only had this for like a week. I have discovered that it goes really well on its own, and I don't typically use oracle decks by themselves, or I'll draw one and then I do a bigger reading with tarot or something. But you can do a full-on spread with this, and it feels complete all on its own. Because I think a lot of it has to do with the suits, so that there's enough variation in here. Oh, but see, they're massive cards. They don't really fit. See, so we have 4 of the suits represented just here. And like the keywords are volunteer, separation, sanctuary, and passion. They're not overtly positive or negative. I think they're very expansive. I will say the fonts are a little bit hard to read sometimes. But oh my goodness. Of course, Mari's art is just gorgeous. I love it so much. Okay, anyway, I'll put this away. So that's my birthday haul. And having a lot of fun with some new toys. I do want to stress, like, don't feel the need to consume because I'm sharing a haul of things. And I am proud of myself that I have not bought a lot of decks this year or backed any Kickstarters except I just backed one. So I was going strong for the first half of the year and backed no Kickstarters. And there's not anything wrong with backing them or with buying decks, but like I'm proud of my discernment, if that makes sense, and my being happy with what I have. So really quick, because I know I'm already been talking a whole lot, I wanted to share what have I been like doing with my reinvigorated tarot practice. So I've been really into embodied ecosystems, which was a Kickstarter I backed last year. I've been studying the deck with the guidebook, and I've been doing every single spread out of the book, which is a tall order because I think there's like 30 spreads. It is an impressive guidebook. I didn't pull it out to show. But this has been a really fun, really unique, really special, really stretches my imagination deck. I really appreciated it. So there's like that as my ongoing deck study. And then I have actually had a study buddy, and we've been studying Marseille. I only have one Marseille deck, but that's this one, the New Choice Marseille. And so I've been doing a ton of learning on pips. I've been reading a couple of Marseille books, and I just love the pips in this deck. They're really pretty. So yeah, I'm getting a lot more comfortable reading with Marseille and have expanded a lot of my understanding of pips in general. And I've been trying to figure out where I fit reading pips in Marseille versus like pips in playing cards, because I'm pretty comfortable with playing cartomancy, but I haven't really been comfortable with this one. So that's been really nice. And just having a study buddy to connect with and chat about and practice readings on, or like ask questions to, has been really enjoyable. One of the things my study buddy shared was a video by Marlena Teresa about tarot grammar. Did I put it in here? I thought I did, but maybe I didn't. Yeah, I did. Okay. The tarot grammar exercise, where you have, and I'll link Marlena's video down below, but you have verbs assigned to the suits, and you have nouns assigned to the numbers, and I think it's adjectives assigned to the courts, and you then can sort of like make a really simple sentence that you put together. So one of the ones I drew, the verb for swords is defend, the verb for cups is interact, the verb for coins is obtain, and then the nouns, 7 is shift, 8 is infinity, and 5 is regeneration. So together you get 7 of swords, defending, shifts, 8 of cups, interacting with infinity, and 5 of coins, obtaining regeneration. And then you take that phrase and then sort of turn it into a reading or a sentence or an interpretation. So I got protecting your shift to the shift you are doing, right? So protecting your shift to expanding and deepening your interactions will lead to needed recuperation and recovery. and I got recovery and recuperation out of regeneration. So that's kind of how I played with it. But it's a fun way to explore and get comfortable with blending numerology and elements together without rote tarot meanings. So that's been a fun exercise. The other thing I've been into is Lenormand. So that's the main things. I've been into studying the Embodied Ecosystems deck. I've been into learning Marseille, which happens to be with New Choice for me. And then I've been doing a lot of both Lenormand tableaus and tarot tableaus. This is the Story in Color Lenormand by Kelly Fitzgerald. It's a cute, tiny deck, which is great for doing a tableau because it fits. And I love it because it's impressionist. It's really beautiful because although people say, you know, a ship is a ship is a ship, it's really kind of neat to feel it by looking at this. So, like, do you see the bear in this piece? But you also feel the mother bear energy, the power, the almost like quiet strength and present camouflage in the woods. Because, like, I don't know about you, if you've been face to face with a bear or come across paths with them, they're really good at blending into the woods until they're ready to be seen. And then you're like, whoa, you're so massive and somehow so quiet. So, and there, I have somewhere a video where I flip through this deck and sort of talk about each card and sort of what I see in them. But I just love them. They're fun. And I won't do a whole tableau, but just to show you what they look like spread out, they can fit really well on a small space so that you can do a whole big spread. And I prefer to do the tableaus without the 4 on the bottom and like whole rows of 9. But anyway, that's kind of how they look, all spread out. I think this might be the tiniest deck that I have, both in the fact that it's only 36 cards and that it's very small in stature. And this is the significant, and then there's the querent, which I love. The querent and the significant rather than gendered nonsense. So, yay. Thank you, Kelly, for making this deck. And that's something I've enthusiastically been exploring as well. I guess the last thing I'll say is that my last video was sharing the deck swap that I did with Sarah, which has been really fun. And the 2 decks that I'm loving the most out of the ones she shared and the ones I've been reading with a lot are Next World Tarot, excuse me, and Rainbow Tarot. The Next World Tarot is unwieldy, both for me, the size, as well as the intent, like the art, the detail of the art. So this has been much more palatable to me, and I don't like saying it that way, but like this has been usable to me by drawing my card of the week and having one big card on my desk that I can spend multiple days really looking into the art and not feeling overwhelmed with a big spread, especially because these cards are giant as well, you know? So that's been really nice. It's been a great way to use it. Plus, it gives me time to read the guidebook, which is phenomenal. Highly recommend. And if the size for you is unwieldy, but the art is not, there is a pocket version. So that's been, I'm really grateful for Sarah to have lent me that. And then Rainbow Tarot, which I did also recently share. It's just fun to read with. It's just cute. It's just colorful. It's just great for the summertime. it was great for Pride Month and is great for any month and ongoing. I've been really enjoying it. So yeah. And this one's they're both mass market. So I really have enjoyed and encouraged folks, if you have the ability to do a tarot swap with someone, it's really nice to get a bunch of new decks to try out without consuming new decks. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to send these back to Sarah after I finish reading the Tarot for Change book. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this like check-in. I'm feeling very like invigorated by the long days and sunny weather, as well as invigorated by a mixture of new to me decks, of gifts, and of an invigorated tarot practice. And I'm hoping to keep up that momentum for a while, because I know that this fall, when I have my baby, I'm going to be very off-grid, offline, and out of the tarot loop for a few months, which will be good too. You know, everything in phases. All right. I hope you have a lovely rest of your summer. I'm, planning to make more videos and check in, but we shall see. Thanks so much for watching, and take care.